Hello, welcome back to my channel. It has been a while, my friends, since I have made a planner video. I am in the midst actually of filming a Hobonichi plan with me, and as I was doing that, and honestly before I was doing that, I was just considering and thinking about 2024 planning, and I've been watching so many planner videos over the past couple of weeks and months, and it's got me thinking about my planning for 2024, what I'm going to be using, and why I am only using one planner in 2024, which feels kind of revolutionary, honestly, if you see other people on the internet talking about their, 15 planners for the different things that they have going on in their life. I just wanted to kind of talk you through why I am only using one planner, why it's going to be this Hobonichi Cousin. I guess technically this is a Han, but the insides are Hobonichi Cousin, and hopefully inspire you. You are someone who feels overwhelmed by all of the planner releases and maybe get you to consider just using one planner for all of your planning needs. So I have a couple of notes, but this is mostly just going to be free form, me talking, kind of like spitballing here. Honestly, this is kind of me just trying to justify to myself only purchasing one thing. So the first thing and the first reason why I'm using a Hobonichi Cousin and why I'm only using one planner next year is because I like having everything in one place. I love the concept and the idea of having multiple planners. I like the idea of getting to experiment with different formats, and it just sounds like a lot of fun. But when I really sit down and think about my needs and all the things that I have going on in my life, I don't want to complicate that by having more than one planner. For me, and the way that I conceptualize my life is not necessarily by compartmentalizing, but by having everything in my day and in my week lined up how it actually occurs and how it actually happens. This is an hourly layout, which I don't always use the way that it's intended, but I love being able to put every part of my life in here because that's how my life actually works, right? I do have a job. I also work from home. And so for me, it's like, sure, I could have a meeting at 8 o'clock. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to be able to, say, wash my sheets at 9 o'clock. So I like being able to put everything in one place and being able to see my day in front of me, how it's actually happening, rather than having to grab a bunch of different books, sort through things and try to figure out, oh wait, my finance planner's over here, oh my work planner's over here, and my personal planner and my art planner and all these different things. It just feels a little overwhelming to me. I like having everything in one place, especially because at the end of the year, it's just nice to be able to put a planner on a shelf and be able to refer back to it. I know not everybody does this, so obviously all of these tips are like take it or leave it, but for me, I have 3 Hobonichi Cousins from the past 3 years, and it's just so nice to be able to go back and look at the spreads and to go back and look at the information in here and just see where I was at a certain point in my life and not have to keep a million different books. So again, I like having everything in one place. That's like one of the biggest advantages, I think, to using just one planner. Another thing that I like about it is that, I don't know about you, but I am a bit of a spender, especially when it comes to hobbies. And I wouldn't say that planning is like my biggest hobby. I would definitely say that's books. I have a book channel if you are not aware. I like having one planner because it challenges me to not spend more money. I feel like I watch all of these planner videos and I see other people with these amazing planners, and I'm always so tempted, especially with like the Hobonichi Weeks, because it's a popular planner and it just seems so cool and there's so many different cute covers. But I like telling myself, hey, you only need one planner and we're only going to stick with one planner, because again, it like challenges me not to spend more money. I feel like it's a psychological thing, honestly. If I tell myself, hey, this is really the best planner for you, this is the best book for you, it really challenges me not to spend more money. And also I can spend more money on other things to go inside of my planner. More washi tape, more deco, like more creative things to put in here to make it more fun. Which leads me to my third point, which is that I think staying in one book actually really encourages creativity. I think often as planner people, we can get bored by certain layouts and looking at the same thing day after day. I mean, especially like with a Hobonichi, as much as I love these planners, they're not exactly like very aesthetically pleasing from like a decoration perspective or from a creativity perspective. I think if you just look at this planner, especially like a weekly page, for instance, you think, okay, this is an hourly layout, I need to stick to this. This is what it's gonna have to be week after week. But I think that is lacking in creativity. I think one of the best parts about having this planner, and any planner, honestly, but especially the Hobonichi, is that you can decide week after week what you want your layout to be. I have gotten so creative over the years using this weekly layout. Sometimes I do it as a running to-do list. Sometimes I do time blocks. Sometimes I break up my day, sort of like an Erin Condren planner. I've tried that before, having like 3 different blocks. Sometimes I do use the hourly for part of it and to-dos at the bottom. I know some people just memory keep in the weekly section. There's so many different ways to use it. And with this planner in particular, if you're unfamiliar with the Hobonichi, which I feel like you probably are familiar if you clicked on this video, but this planner is so useful because you've got a monthly, a weekly, and a daily option. So there are so many opportunities to be creative. Also, like on the daily pages, I have done so many different things with my dailies, even if I'm not a frequent daily page user. You've got check marks up here. Sometimes I use this for like gratitude. Sometimes I use this for like a running to-do list. There's also a little timed portion over here if I want to get more creative with my to-do lists here than, you know, say I do on my weekly pages. I also can journal. I can add ephemera. I can add stickers. There's just so many different ways to be creative in this notebook, and I just feel like switching frequently doesn't allow you to be as creative with the formats, because, you know, if you feel stifled, you move to something else, you're not challenging yourself quite as much. And I just love a challenge. I like using my planner in different ways, and maybe that's stressful to you. Maybe you like your planner to look the same week after week, in which case I guess this doesn't really apply to you. But I do think that that's something that often happens to people, is like you get into a planner, you've been using it, and you're just like, shit, like I can't use this anymore because, you know, something new has entered my life, or I just feel like I need, you know, a different format for this, that, or the other. And it's like, but is a new planner actually going to solve that? Or can you use your planner more creatively with your layouts and kind of what you're using it for? So I definitely think using one planner encourages a lot of creativity. And then the last note that I will make, the last point that I will make, is that I honestly think that having one planner is calming. I think that planners can be stressful, and I think they can put this like undue pressure on us to keep them up and maintain them. I think that's a pressure that I put on myself, especially in the past, not so much this year, but definitely in like 2021 and 2022. I think, you know, trying to stay on top of your life can be stressful enough, and having everything in one book, I think, keeps things easy and calm, and it can make planning fun. I honestly think you're gonna have more fun planning if you just plan in one place. And I know this isn't gonna apply to everyone, and people are gonna say, oh, but I love, you know, jumping into a new planner. I mean, this video is probably not for you at this point, but I really find it calming and enjoyable to go into the same book day after day. The familiarity and just the coziness of like watching it kind of chunk up over time. It's something that I really love. It's calming. I love it. It's familiar. It's what I want. And I'm telling myself and you all of these things because, again, like I am tempted, just like everybody else is, to buy more than one planner and to experiment and whatever. And I don't think it's wrong to experiment, especially if you are in a place where you are trying, you know, to find a new system that works for you. But I think once you find something that works, you don't need to find something else. You know, I've been using this planner for 4 years, and I have never, at this point, really felt like it hasn't worked for me. You know, sometimes I want something new and different, just to have something fun and new and different. This planner works for me. I mean, this planner really works for me, and I'm excited to challenge myself to use it again in 2024. Hopefully use more of my daily pages than I have in the past, and just, again, push myself to be creative and have fun and get to know and love just this one planner. So that's it. That is my pitch for you as to why I am only using one planner in 2024. Maybe this inspired you, maybe it didn't, but I am very excited for the year ahead, and I'm excited to plan in this notebook with all of you. Stick around if you want to see my musings and to see my setups. I actually have a setup video coming pretty soon. I'm working on a weekly spread in my 2023 Hobonichi. But that's it from me. I love you all so much. Thanks for watching this video, and I will see you next time.